So this is a brief introduction to using the pen tool as a cutout tool, because the pen tool really is primarily used for cutting out and selecting. This is the pen tool here. Now, so it's got a little image of a classical fountain pen. If we look at this seed, this Davidia seed, I'm just going to check that it's rasterized by right-clicking and rasterize that layer. That now means that I can edit it. And it's always a good idea, if working on something like this, editing it, changing it, to copy it so that you've got a fallback. So I'm going to right-click and duplicate layer and OK that. So I've now got a copy, and I'm going to work on that copy rather than on the original. Not that it really makes any difference, because they're both identical. So let's move in on this a little bit more. We'll just move in using this navigator slide here. The navigator slide can incidentally be found in Window on the menu selection. So we've now got the whole of the seed filling the screen, and I select the pen tool. Now, the pen tool provides me with a series of anchor points. If I click, and if I click, that's given me anchor points between these two points which I've selected. I'm not worrying about accuracy at the moment, but I am trying to put the anchor points in precisely the place that I want them. Not worrying about the curves, but thinking that there are certain points where the curves are obviously going to change significantly, like there, obviously there, like there. It comes out a little bit there, but we can play with that later. So these are crude anchor points. I'll put one there, I'll put one there, I'll put one there, and I'll close the entire thing now like that. So we've created a series of primary anchor points, and we can now adjust the curves. Now, we adjust the curves as follows. At the moment, there's what's known as a vector line. That's a straight digital line between point there and point there. I'm going to add an anchor point to this line simply by tapping on the line. I'm then going to press Control, and that changes my selector to a little arrow, which means that I can then pull this line out to fit that curve of the fruit form. I can go right way out, but I don't want to go that far, so I'm going to go, you just have to move it around a bit until you're happy with it, like that. Now, we've also got these little selecting points there, which I can also select if I press Control. This will just give me a little bit of adjustment. It actually gives me a lot of adjustment. You see these wiggle around, and you just have to play around with these until you're happy with the curves. And that curve is now pretty good. Now, let's look at another curve. Let's look at a simple one here, from that point to that point. I'm going to add an anchor point there. I'm going to press Control, and I'm going to pull that line out to here. I'm going to do the same for here. I tap, gives me an anchor point, and I stretch the curve to there. I can do the same here. I give myself an anchor point, and I stretch the curve to there. I give myself an anchor point here, and I stretch the curve to there. And here I can actually change that anchor point. If I press Control, it gives me the arrow. I can move that anchor point around because it wasn't quite touching the edge of the fruit. There we are. And here we are here. And I'm going to pull this out to here. That curve is right, but this curve needs some adjustments. I can give myself another anchor point there, give myself another anchor point, and stretch that to there. This here needs another anchor point because, again, this is a shape which is obviously not uniform. And give myself an anchor point there and stretch it to there. Now, you can then look round your selections and see if there's anywhere else which you need to adjust slightly. We might as well do this while we're at this magnification so we can see what we're doing. That looks pretty good there. We need to just pull this one out a little bit at that point. I'll give myself an anchor point there because that means that I can then stretch this in, except I've now lost it. I need to step back one, step back again, and my anchor points have come back. So let's just go to there, give myself an anchor point, and it's not the most exciting thing to watch this, because these need lots and lots of little anchor points, but you can see that it becomes quite quick once one's got the knack, and it is really just a question of building up this knack for stretching these lines. That one there, stretch slightly, just tap that one there, stretch that one slightly, tap that one there, and stretch that one slightly to there. So it's now looking pretty good. There is a little area around here, so we can of course move in with the navigator and just move the navigator up to there to see what's happening along this line, because that needs a little bit more magnification. I'm going to tap that line there and select it and pull that one out, and tap this one here and then move that to there. So we've now got a selection going right the way around, except it's not actually selected yet. If we move out, you can see that the pen tool has got these anchor points right the way around the whole object. They're looking pretty smooth. It's looking good to go, so I'm going to right click, and right clicking gives me a make selection. I've got a feather radius of 1 pixel, which gives me a slightly soft edge to this selection, and I OK it. And that now gives me scurrying ants all the way around this the video fruit, which means that I'm now ready to click select inverse, so that we select everything which isn't the fruit, and then Control X, and we've isolated it like that. You can see that the edges of this selection are quite soft, because I've got a 1 pixel radius on the selection. But we might want to just tidy it up a little bit by going in, selecting a soft rubber, and just very slightly working on certain points, just there, for instance. Here it's just, there's a little indent which I just need to tidy up. And I think that's actually pretty good. There's nowhere else which I really need to work at. Maybe just a tiny bit there, just clearing up that, and it's slightly too hard an edge just where the stalk of this fruit is there. And we've now got an isolated single video fruit. Now, to make this usable, it was a good idea to crop in very close, because that gives you, if for future use, toggle points which are close to the object itself. So there we are, moving this into crop like that. I then select that as the cropped complete image, and we go to background and remove the background completely. And this is now ready to save as a PDF, as a permanent PDF file that can be used and reused any number of times.